So anyways, we move on. So how are you guys? That was nice of Larry. Very nice. Cooking steak. I only get freckles in the summertime. If I sit out in the sun a lot, I start getting freckles. You didn't know I have freckles. Have you seen my arms? You probably never see my back either. They're covered in freckles. Hey, Caitlin. You do have a lot of freckles, Cass. I know you do. So does my mom and my sisters do. I get the dark freckles. The dark ones, the scary ones that can turn into something. I've got Irish, German, Italian, and Indian in me. Everybody's got a little Indian in them. Feathered, not dotted. I'm a fucking mutt, is what I am. I'm a damn mutt. Nothing much, Crystal. My entire life. Hashtag Jen. I grew up on the east side, moved to Athens, Georgia for about a year and a half. Came back, went back to the east side. Then I got with Doug and I moved to the west side. And I've been on the west side ever since I've been 25 years old and I'm 39. I lived in Brownsburg the last 8 years. Now I'm back on the west side of Indy. Hey, Peggy. I've been to Kokomo before. I have a funny story about Kokomo. I'll tell you guys sometime. I dated this guy there, and we went on our first date, and he got arrested. Fishers is a nice area. It's a rich area. You hear the dogs howling. You hear the fire truck? The dogs howl at the fire trucks. bad, huh? I forgot to tell you guys about this part. So while I was waiting there for an hour to actually get in for someone to start doing my nails, the owner lady comes up to me and she was like, let me see your nails. And she was like, okay, you need to soak them for them to come off. That's extra $7. I said, I never soak them. I said, if you give me a fingernail, I'll pop them off real fast. She's like, okay. So I popped them off. I did that myself. I'm like, you're not going to charge me $7 to sit here for them. It would have been 3 hours until they soaked off, but usually it takes quite a bit of time. No, she just gave me a fake nail and I popped them off my damn self. That was that. I know, everyone say a prayer. Oh my God, cat. Run for your life. Do not come in this yard. I'm feeling better today. Yeah, I had dumping syndrome last night. That happens to me sometimes. Like, if I eat, obviously Kroger's grease was old. Anytime I eat something where, like, the grease is old and it's fried in, it'll do that to me. And sometimes just fried food, period, does it to me. But, like, I can't eat cereal. Cereal gives me the worst dumping syndrome. I puke, then I feel like I gotta shit, then it's because of that damn gastric bypass I had. Out of all of it, fucking cereal does me the worst. It's not my friend. And I think I'm lactose intolerant to a degree, because if I drink a glass of milk or even chocolate milk, it's going to go right through me. I'm going to shit and then have gas like for a minute, and then yeah. But I can eat cheese. That's where it doesn't affect me. I do not support Fairlife at all. I'm from Indiana, where their farms are at, and they absolutely mistreat their animals. Thank you, Janelle. Most people around here, like everyone I know that lives in Indiana, refuses to support Fairlife. We know how they are. I've tried lactose-free milk. I've tried almond milk. I've tried them all. I don't like it. I just like regular milk. Dude, yes, I take vitamins. Thank you, Janie. Hashtag Janie. And if you want to see proof of what I'm saying, go on YouTube and look up Fairlife Farms. Just put Fairlife Farm Animal Treatment. And there's lots of videos about that. Like, you won't ever support them again. It's terrible. It's terrible, but you better be ready for what you're going to see. No, they weren't. I know people who have worked there and say the same fucking thing. No. Cuzzo worked there for a short time and he couldn't handle it. It took him less than a week to quit. And you can't make those videos up either. That was so long ago. AI wasn't a thing back then. Hey Audrey, I'm feeling better. Copper, thank you. Hashtag Copper. Ooh, you guys, the other day, I didn't tell you that because I'm trying to block it out of my head. It was so sad. I was coming in the back way through the neighborhood, and I went around one bend, and I seen a baby kitten had gotten hit. And when I say baby, I mean it was a baby. A little, I hate that shit, dude. I'm just chilling in the road. A little one. Like a baby. A shit day. I didn't get to go see my dad because I had a fucking nail appointment that took me way too long. What are you doing going so slow? Yes, my favorite person's here. Now I can fucking vent about my day to him. I'm sure he's so excited. Nothing. I want to tell you about my day. I had a fucking wild day. We'll go in there and relax and then come back out and I'll tell you. You might want to bring something to sit on that.
Saw your cigarette sitting out this morning. I put them inside so they don't move.
Thank you. Why are you wearing your nice jeans to work? Don't you dare, Rolly. Oh, Royal's dancing for him. Have you ever seen, like, a husky do their dance? I don't know, I'm gonna ask him when he comes back out. He did his little dance for you. Brian's only off on Sundays. And then, like he said last night, he's going to, they asked him if he would go a 4-minute job where it's going to be 7/12s. Here's my nails, guys. Someone take a picture. So anytime, I've been holding up my hands so many times. Wait for the story. It's about to come. I've had a fucked up day. A fucked up day. Where? I don't feel it, so it don't count. That on the corner? They do. But it wasn't worth the stress I went through to get them done. Felt it right there in the corner when I pulled. Jack Royal.
We're not coming out here every time we come out. That's it.
That chair's probably wet. You want me to go get you a towel?
Yeah. I'll find my other fucking chairs in the garage.
Be right back. Oh, yeah, see, even my butt's a little moist from this chair. I know you guys love that word, moist, when I say it. It doesn't bother me.
I think it bothers anybody that's ever seen the episode of How I Met Your Mother where she said it did.
Which, she said what?
It was How I Met Your Mother. So, no, no, no. You know what I'm saying?
Royal always trying to get out when I walk through the door.
Not bring out.
You did, it's well, you didn't bring out your drink. How was your day?
Oh!
Mine fucking sucked. Where do I start?
Is it going to cost me money?
Huh?
What happened? Is it going to cost me money?
No, because I behaved myself. I should have raged out, but I didn't. Did you find my note?
Yeah. And the flour.
I forgot I put the flour in there. I thought you could put it in and have a nice little lunch. I got it.
That's a good.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah. It won't fit in that lighter. It might fit in this one.
Well, it'll probably fit that lighter. You just have that thing sticking out. Fancy.
Look. That is fancy.
Look at that. Could I can't have it work, but.
I love this. Look, guys.
And my lighter will be here on Sunday, and your cigarette pack will be here on Sunday.
We got to figure out how to do those cigarettes. Because that's how my day started. So I went to go hit a cigarette. Damn near gave me a migraine trying to suck through it. And it kept going out. The most irritating first morning cigarette I've ever had in my life.
So I may have packed a little tiny.
They're tight, yeah.
All of them?
Well, the couple that I went through, then I had to break down a buy pack. So yeah, it cost you $10.
Cost you $10. What are you doing?
Well, it was your $10 you gave me. Or yeah, anyways. So then I get a notification on my phone that says that my my free birthday wings were expiring today. So I went to the Speedway Buffalo Wild Wings. I got you an order, and then I got me an order because I didn't want to look like a cheap ass. I knew 6 of them would be free anyways, and of course my side of fries. I'll be damned if it didn't take for the service was so they were packed. I've never seen that motherfucker packed like that before.
You got people in for race shit.
And that's what the waitress was. It wasn't her fault. She was trying to do the most. So it took forever. Then when my wings came out, they were cold. I got you a 6 buffalo, and I got me a 6 honey barbecue. Well, I tried the honey barbecue, and they were kind of cold. So I was like, what the fuck? So I went over and I ate a piece of yours. The same ordeal. I was like, okay, this sucks. Fries cold too. I was like, all right, whatever. Not gonna complain. She's really busy, and all the race people are starting to file in. You know what I mean? So that was that. Then I went to a new nail salon. The worst experience of my life. I was there from, well, I got there about noon. I didn't get home until 3:40. Well, actually, I was there a little bit before noon. And while I was there, okay, so I went through 3 different nail techs to get my nails done. I waited an hour before they even started. Me and 2 old black ladies were clowning on everybody, so it was fun at first. But then this young chick who's pregnant walks in with a big ass, like, like a child seat, and had her 3-year-old in there carrying it in. Then he wakes up, and then he ends up being a menace. The owner's son, who speaks very good English, was like, this is not a Somalian daycare. Make that kid be quiet, because the kid kept fucking being loud. Then finally, he kept saying shh, shh, like that, and then he slams his fist down on the fucking table. He goes, call that kid's dad.
Oh shit.
The old black lady is like, I heard that. She was like, he needs an ass whooping. And this Somalian lady, I don't know if she understood English or not, but she was trying to calm him down, giving him her phone and all this. This dude ranted and raved the entire time I was there. From everything from gender benders to chicks with green hair to that we shouldn't own the Chicago Bears now to
We don't own them.
he says we got 2 losing football teams. Isn't that a great look? And I'm like, okay.
They're still going to be Chicago Bears.
And he even said that. He said they're still going to be training here, is what he said, because it's safer than Chicago.
Well, they'll be playing here too. I think they're going to build a stadium in Indiana, but they're still going to be the Chicago Bears.
I didn't give a rat's ass, didn't care, but he made this woman feel like absolute shit so bad. And I get it. The Somalians pissed me off at Walmart. We already know that. But the way he talked to this lady and the 2 older black ladies, they were like making fun of her the whole time after that. And I was laughing at some of it, but I looked over and I seen her feelings were really getting hurt, so it hurt my feelings. So I just faced forward the rest of the time and didn't cackle or nothing. Then I thought she was having a seizure because she closed her eyes and went back. She was getting a pedicure and she kept doing this. I was like, is she okay, you guys? Is she okay? And her eyes open and she sits kind of up. And that dude, the loud dude, he was like, they're vibrating chairs. I was like, oh, okay. So I look like an idiot. I went through 3 different nail techs. He did the first layer. The second lady shaped them. And then I had to go to another lady to paint them. It wasn't worth it. And I didn't even get a design or any rhinestones like I wanted, because I wanted to get the fuck out of there so bad. Some of the things he was saying was pretty offensive, dude. I'm not one to get offended, but I was just like, wow. I was waiting for him to talk crazy about me so I could throw that fucking chair as hard as I could at him. That would have cost some money and I would have went to jail. So that tied up my whole day. When I told my dad I'd be there about 2:30. 2:30 comes along, my dad starts ringing my phone. Where the fuck are you?
Yeah.
then I come home to have a fuck ton of dishes I gotta do. So I was like, I'm gonna have a drink about it and a cigarette about it and then figure it out. I don't want to cook tonight. I just don't. I've had a stressful day. I'll tell you more shit that he said, but I can't say online. Anyways, that dude is an HR nightmare. Totally unethical. I'm not easily offended, but I do feel offended. And you can't make another human being feel like shit and know you're making them feel like shit and continue to do it. What are you doing? You setting that fucker on fire?
Sure.
Why? Don't do that. Why?
Where we'll go?
I don't know. I don't want to go back to the barbecue place. What I want to do is go to like Michael's or Hobby Lobby and I want to get little rhinestones and have you put them. I wanted to cross the line on these. I like that pink color, like these type. That color too. I mean, it was cheap, but everything that I went through there, I was just ready to get the fuck out of there. I did not want them to do any extras. I was gone.
I thought you tried one of the cigarettes last night. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, the ones last night were fine, but so I tried to smoke 3 today. The first one was terrible. The second one was equally as terrible. See, there's half of it right there. I just threw it down. And then the third one, I got in the car and I was sucking so hard it was giving me a headache. I was like, fuck this.
Huh. Or I'll put them too tight. I wonder if it got a little wet.
They didn't seem wet, but
Or they got wet and then dried. Oh.
where am I, Hannah? Someone was saying Katie's a scammer, Katie's a scammer, someone was trolling the chat and kept putting that over it. They got hit by one of the mods.
What are you scamming?
I don't know, what am I scamming? That's a good question.
Storage?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to climb through it, and Larry labeled everything arts and crafts, so I don't know which specific box all my rhinestones are in. That's the problem.
You know where the printer is?
No.
Let's go buy one. I need one for that refinance of the truck.
My mom's got one.
Which part charges? I'd rather spend $30, $60 to get a new one and give her $1 to use hers.
It's in there somewhere, just the way they put everything, because they were rushing.
Because you weren't helping out. Like I've told you, get in there and take charge a little bit. You can't bitch about Larry, because I told you, if you're going to let him handle all of it, you just got to accept the way he does it.
I'm not.
I told you, if you want to be able to find your shit, you might want to start paying attention to what's going on. Oh, I try. I'm just letting Larry handle it. Why was Larry so efficient? Because he didn't give a fuck. He just put it all in boxes. Put it out there.
I just want to go to like a craft store and get some, just for right now, get some new ones. It'll cost all of maybe $20 for the little dabber, the rhinestones, and some super glue. That's it.
She said when I gotta look into the tax thing, because a couple of guys I work with saying they got money back on their overtime.
Really?
Yeah.
I got money back from the state, but federal, or vice versa. I can't remember which one.
Oh, so these guys are saying they got like $2,800 back.
What?
I have to look into that.
This looks all fancy and shit. I love this.
What is it, a pit mix? Not like full pit. This is one of your cigarettes, did it? Craft test cigarettes.
These are a regular pack.
Oh.
Here's the only thing that I'm going to ask of you. You can call it a Christmas present, birthday present, everything wrapped in one. That phone is so outdated, it won't transfer over my shit from my phone.
I got it.
That's fine. But like, even when I try to do the Play Store, it says some of the apps that I have won't download on there because it's an outdated phone.
These aren't the good ones that you like. The ones that you like are tighter in the waist.
I like those.
They don't fit me. Like, they're fine for work, but they're not like...
I like the lighter color ones. Are those the ones from Kohl's or Rural King? I think they're the ones from Kohl's.
Probably Roll Kings. One from Kohl's. The ones from Kohl's we got 38s. These are 42s.
I like those. And I have not fed the dogs yet, unless Larry did. I just got home, like, really right before you did. Larry may have fed him, I don't know. He usually does if I don't. got a picture on my phone. It was so cute this morning. When I woke up, Royal was right beside me, like ass in my face, right beside me, and Baby Dukes was on top of him. I got a picture of it.
Yeah, he wasn't. I was trying to get him, and he was like, no, I'm staying in here. Nope, not gonna happen.
Royal was so close to me this morning, Baby Dukes couldn't even get in like the crack like he does when we sleep. So he got on top of Royal. It's cute.
He'd probably do the same thing to Duke, because Duke will like throw himself into you. But he does it in the most gentle way.
The thing with Royal is if I put my arm around him, he gets hot and then he'll move around and shit. But if I do it with Duke, Duke just chills.
Duke loves it. Duke can get under the covers with you too. Because that used to be our thing before you started occupying his spot. Every night he'd get up in the bed and he'd lay on my pillow and look at me like, "You're not really gonna move me, are you?" Every night he was just saying, so I'd say, "Over." So he'd lay down on the other pillow, but as soon as I get comfortable, then all of a sudden he gets up, he starts nosing at the blanket. I'd have to lift the blanket. He walks under, he curls, pops himself down. But he was under the cover dogs. It was weird because, like, I don't really know if he likes the cold, but he doesn't mind the cold.
Royal loves the cold. If he gets too hot, that's when he starts stirring and it fucking wakes me up because
He likes the cold.
he stirs too much.
I went to find the muzzles and I want to start letting them hang out inside together.
Oh, well, this morning it was raining, so I let Royal out, and for some reason he was wet. He was wet, and I was like, you stay here. I went to go get a towel to dry him off with, which we need more towels, dude. And then I left him out in the mud room, and he sat right next to, I should have taken a picture of that. He sat right next to Duke's cage, and they were like right beside each other, no problems. They were all quiet. Everyone was sleeping. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue.
I don't think so. They're just not used to. Because outside, if they get too close to the road, so they have to get used to being free in the same spot.
Well, you know that little path in between the cages? That's where Royal was laying. But his head was towards Duke, and his butt was at Frank. Frank don't give a fuck. But him and Duke were like, Duke was laying down, and they were almost like face to face.
It's good.
I was like, this is progress.
I think it's a game they're playing. I really do. Because it doesn't seem nasty. They just like. It's like they're like Jersey friends, you know. Jersey friends see each other like, "Hey, what's up, asshole? Hey, jerk, what's going on?"
At first it was Frank and Duke, which now Frank and Royal don't even, it's not a big deal at all. It's Duke and Royal.
Frank wants to play with Royal, which really sucks. Because Royal wanted to play with Frank, and he didn't want anything to do with him at first. Now Frank wants to play with Royal. Royal's got his PTSD, and I don't blame him.
But then you ignore it and you sit them out there together, and then I go and I peek out to go back into the bedroom and they're all laying together. So
Well, let's keep doing that for a little bit. You know what? Maybe I'll start trying to. Those cages need to be brought outside and cleaned.
mm-hmm.
And when we do that, I'll get rid of that radio and I'll clean up that wall. Maybe if we could fit them all, put all the cages next to each other.
Put Royal in the middle.
It's gonna be. They're gonna be little assholes. They're gonna want to go into the different cage you're not supposed to be in.
I hate Duke's cage trying to open it.
I wonder if something's wrong with that, because I mean, it's not just. It seems like it's out of alignment or something.
It takes a lot to open it and close it.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
And Baby Dukes, we might as well put on Marketplace and sell, because that motherfucker never gets in a cage.
Yeah, we'll just. But we do that, and then we'll need it for something.
Baby Duke never. No, Brian didn't do my nails, but I'm gonna have him put on the rhinestones, and while we're there, I'm gonna get some of that paint because I want a flower on my accent nail, but across the line of these, I want to put like these kind of rhinestones.
We do like a little gate here. The fence. I want to put the gate right here. Yes. And then go straight back to the house. Divide the garden up. Have a little garden on the inside of the fence. A little garden on the outside of the fence. What?
Do it to the fence or to the garden, and then
Well, it's like not a very big spot.
it's got to be big enough to where Frank won't jump over it.
If we're right here, he's not going to jump over it. He only jumps over the fence when and I don't think I'm not going to do a shadow box fence like this. I'm going to do all the pickets on the same side. He won't be able to climb that as easily. Alright, baby, drop it. Might feel like a
Oh my god, I was so sad. Yesterday, I was driving through the back way in the neighborhood, and you know when you go across the bend where you come up to like where we gotta turn left, a little baby Tintin was hit, like a little one. I know, it hurt my feelings. I was like, oh my god.
I wonder what they would do if they saw a kitten.
I don't want to know. Royal and Baby Duke would be fine. Royal and Baby Duke are used to cats.
Duke, there was one time when I had that, when I took Minty, there was also a cat I took in, and that cat's at my sister's now. But I was like, alright, come on, and they both had foot. They both had foot. They both had foot. Dude, he just sniffed the cat and even smacked him in the face, like just a little tap in the face, and he was like, he got walked away. That cat occupied open space with Duke for a whole day. He didn't care.
Well, when I had Roxy and him and Royal had puppies, Royal would get kind of rough with the puppies, and man, Roxy would come up and like grab him by the throat and throw him down, and then he'd be like, all right, I surrender. So we got to the point where he was just really gentle around them, even sometimes be scared of them because he would look where Roxy's at.
We had before I was born, my family took in a stray cat, and she had a litter inside of her, so she had 5 cats, she had 5 kittens. They gave one away and they kept the others. So we had 5 cats growing up. But when she had the kittens, she was in my sister's room, and they had a little nesting area for her, whatever you want to call it. With the big dog's name is Fritz. He was like Shepherd and Burmese Mountain Dog mix. And he was a grown-up dog. He just wanted, he tolerated kids, but he didn't want to really have anything to do with kids. But he kept on wanting to get in there, and the mother cat was hissing at him and spitting and this and that. So finally my mother goes, okay, let me try this. She takes the mother cat away, and they brought him in, and he poked his head in the box, and looks at him, and he's like, looks at us and walks away, and that was it. Never bothered him again. He just wanted to see what the commotion was about.
I ended up selling all those puppies, right? And then one of my high school friends who actually ended up, he bought a puppy from me, then took my parents' puppy, Raven, who was out of control. Well, for them, it was just too much. He ended up taking Roxy too, and he still has all of them. But I got Roxy fixed after that. But anyways, he still has all of them. Yeah. But he's got a big area for them to run and shit. So he's got 3 huskies, the mom, and 2 babies. And one looks like Royal and one looks like Roxy. It's funny.
Alright. At some point, we do need to go. It'd have to be a nice day off, start in the morning, we'll like back the car and the truck up, and we're gonna empty all the boxes out from the garage. And then I want to try to clean the garage, get some more where we can start organizing the boxes better. Stacking them along the wall, piling them up, or something. Really almost consider getting another dumpster.
Yes. Don't consider it. Do it.
Well, I want to do it when I have time to actually babysit you two almost going in there. I want to make sure I'm not.
I know. That's why I don't want to clean, because if I do, you're going to get upset and be like, where's my shit at? And what'd you throw away?
Shit out. It's not yours.
I'm not going to throw your shit out. That's why I'm saying.
Anymore? Granite cutting. Granite cutting. Granite cutting. All I asked you to do is separate the clothes from the baskets. Put mine on the bed. When I get home, I'll put them in drawers. If you want to fold them, that would be great. If not, I'll fold them right now. But just separate them. But I think most of them are folded. Larry did. Larry was a good housekeeper.
I know. We need another maid.
Can we hire cleaning people to do our laundry too?
You either need to fix that washing machine, or I gotta go to the laundromat.
Or we can go get yours out of storage.
Or we could go get mine out of storage, yeah, and it would be more efficient, because that one is fucked.
Yeah, well,
Unless
I'm
you fix
still-
it, just get it aligned again and it'll be fine. It's out of alignment. That's all that's wrong with it. And have a washer and dryer downstairs, and then in the mud room, like you were saying, put mine in there. That way, we can wash our clothes. We can wash our clothes upstairs, and Larry could have the washer and dryer downstairs. And then knock out those walls in that one room that I sit in, put up drywall, and then we could have a podcast area and make its own money to fix the whole fucking thing.
Let's see what the walls look like. I mean, well, I know the wall between Larry's area and your area is probably framed, so we would have to drywall that. But the other ones might, look okay. I don't know. Just get brick clean.
Or we could just buy a bigger house with more land and and then do all these things, move what we need over there, keep half the shit in the garage, rent this out to Larry, Brian, and Mike, have that money coming in. Fresh start. That would be amazing because this is going to be a lot of work. And I can't get anything done unless you're home and you work so much, there's never any time to do that.
You could get stuff and use it.
I could, but yet I'm going to relocate things and you're going to ask me, where's this tool? And I don't
relocate is one thing. It's thrown out. That pisses me off.
I'm not going to throw anything out. I'm going to put it, but then where do we put it?
I will get a box. I'll get Rubbermaid boxes. I'm like, any tool of mine, put in this box. Any, and then I'll go through them. I know I have a lot of tools scattered around the place. I really do need a box that just says tools, and when you find them, put them in there. Then I need to go through that tool box here and organize that so I can actually have some kind of reasonable once we get, it's the whole inertia. Once we break inertia and start getting started on something, we get the momentum going, and then projects will go fast. But I have a lot of things in there that should be in there. I need that organized. And I'll start doing.
Maybe get another storage unit too.
Good. Do something like that. I want to look into see how expensive pods are. Can we get a pod here? We can load it up. They can come take it away. When we want it back, we can bring it back. But this won't be. They probably have to be in stages. What I want to do is I want to clear out along this wall and get those cabinets along the wall. Because it won't be long before I go and do that countertop and that counter piece will go on top of those cabinets in the garage. Be like a workbench.
I can't wait for it all to get done because it doesn't feel like it's definitely your house. I don't have nothing here. I can't decorate.
You can decorate. Decorate. Really?
Really?
What?
Really decorate?
What?
Am I going to hang ornaments on the clutter or what are we going to do?
Like, clutter on the walls?
Everything's blocked by tools in the wall. You know exactly what I'm saying.
Alright. I got a picture I need to hang up in the dog's room.
I could make this house look absolutely beautiful, cute inside. It's just when you have a fucking saw table in the dining room and plus this.
There's also a shit ton of boxes in the dining room. The saw is not the issue there.
I could utilize that china cabinet, which I can't even get to because there's so much shit in front of it.
Right. That was clean for like 2 days, and then all of a sudden it got used as a staging area.
We had to clean the kitchen and clean out the living room.
This would be a big help if we could get that somewhat utilizable. I could get tools that are in there that shouldn't be in there out to here. That toolbox I'd like to keep in there because that would be a good I need to fix this. I don't want to have to go out to the garage every time I need to fix something. So I kind of want 2 sets of house tools in there, big tools in there.
God forbid my dad passes away, then all his tools I'm going to inherit. And that's...
Yeah, right. Fucking Lana's going to sell that shit to the house bidder.
You think Lana would do... Not if my dad says it goes to you.
I don't really... I would never expect that, but it did.
So here's the thing. I'm going to court for damages on the house here in the next week. Brian, my old landlord, wants nothing more than that old Jeep in my dad's backyard. I'm going to go and I'm going to talk to the judge and I'm going to say he gave me 10 days to get the fuck out, and it happened to be, and if you go back, that was when we had the worst snowstorm ever. I couldn't.
After that, yeah.
I I couldn't get to the pool that was broke down because it was covered in snow. All this, he can keep my deposit. He's trying to sue me for like $3,000. I already gave him a $2,000 deposit. Or a $1,500 deposit. I'm gonna look at him and say, Brian, take my dad's truck. Can we call it even?
Yeah, talk to your guy.
But then I'm gonna need $2,000 from you to give to my parents. I don't have it.
Don't garnish your paycheck.
Tell him to garnish my paycheck. Yeah, okay.
They kind of do. Let them make a decision. Let them say you owe him this much. Claim bankruptcy.
I don't have enough debt to claim bankruptcy. You have to have $10,000 at least to claim it, and I don't. I've got like $6,000 worth of debt. With that added, that won't even be $10,000.
Go Alfred. I'm not saying this online. Turn that off before we talk about shit like this. Don't turn it off, but I mean, see what the judge said. I mean, he kind of like.
I'm going to tell the judge the truth. I'm going to say,
Did you
look.
file for eviction?
Yeah, you filed for eviction and then overturned it.
So he did overturn it, so it's not on your record.
No, the eviction's not, but he's trying to sue me for damages, which isn't worth as much as he's saying it's worth.
He has to prove that.
He's gonna try, but I got pictures of you remember Larry cleaned that whole house up before? I took pictures of everything. The only thing he had to do was take care of a fucking pool. That was it, and clean out the shed. But I'm gonna say, Your Honor, he gave me 10 days to move out. In the middle of the fucking worst snowstorm Indiana's had in years. I couldn't even get to the fucking pool at that point. There was so much snow. I think the judge is gonna look at it and see it for what it is. Like, and this is the basis. I wasn't behind on rent. I wasn't any of that. He kicked me out because he said that because people online were contacting them. And I could have the chief of police, Grims, come in and say, we never said she had to move out, but when they called us, they said, yeah, we do have a lot of 911 calls and all this to the house. But he never once said that I claimed me a public nuisance or anything like that, because Grims knows it was coming from haters online and it was out of my control. If I was the one calling and making fault, it'd be one thing. But no, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fight it.
I wonder if landlords are required after a certain amount of years to redo floors and shit.
I've been asking them to redo my floor. My fucking garage door was broke for the last 4 years. The window in my room was broke for 4 years. More than that. And he never fixed it.
You gotta bring that shit up.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm going to bring it all
have
up.
text messages where you were.
I got them all. That's why I'm not getting rid of this phone.
Beautiful.
I got it all. Like, if I didn't pay on time or anything like that, I could understand the eviction.
You didn't have carpet anywhere, did you?
Not in that house, no. And I even have the receipts to where I was up to date on rent and all that. And on utilities. He gave me 10 days in the middle of the biggest snowstorm Indiana's seen in years to get the fuck out.
The only thing he has on that is he said 10 days and he won't file for eviction.
And then he tried to file for eviction.
Which, yeah, you have that too. Because
right, yeah.
You have the text message where he said, if you get out within this amount of time, I won't file for eviction. And he did anyway.
Right.
So you should probably go for that.
And then I talked to my friend who's an attorney and gave me advice, and I said exactly what they said. Remember, we're reliving history now. And I told him that, so he gave me an extra, because I was moving somewhere.
It stressed the fuck out of you too.
Oh, it stressed the fuck out of me. Are you kidding me? I was so on it. I was taking it out on Larry. It makes me feel bad to this day.
Pain and suffering also.
Larry can sue me for pain and suffering.
We'll go after him. He's the reason why you had to. I don't know. See how it works out. How long ago did Larry leave?
I don't know. I wasn't here because I've been stuck in a nail salon for hours. The truck is worth more than that. My dad thinks it is. But at this point, if I just shove $2,000 down my parents' throat, even if it's in payments, they would take it. My dad doesn't want to let it go at all, but Lana wants to sell it so bad.
Fuck him. See what the court says first. One, you'd have to talk to them about that, but it's not yours.
Lana only wants $2,000 out of it. Which is basically what I'm getting sued for. So if I make a deal with Lana,
And also, you get that thing appraised. Fuck him. If it's worth like, $8,000, and then you settle, you give it to him for a settlement of like $2,000-3,000. Fuck him. And then they do this. There's no even guarantee he's gonna get that much worth to him. You get that thing appraised first if you want to do something like that.
how do I get it appraised?
Google it. Couple mechanics.
Say it's worth, I think it's worth probably $8 to $10,000.
What year is it?
1947, maybe 57 Jeep Gladiator. It's a rare.
57 or is it?
I can't remember. I'm gonna have to talk to my
from the
dad.
80s.
No,
Oh no, 70s. Sorry.
maybe it's. I got to talk to my dad. I don't know the exact
You
year.
never seen.
My dad says it's worth like $10,000. Lana wants to sell it for $2,000.
It's worth wherever someone's willing.
So if we give her $2,000, we could get $10,000 out of it. Is that your shirt from Boot Barn?
Yeah. No. Is that what it looks like?
Yep.
Maybe.
Why are you wearing your nice clothes to work?
I bought this to wear to fucking work.
It's like an $80 shirt.
It's a work shirt. Yeah, work shirts are expensive. Is that it?
It's a Jeep Gladiator.
Does that look like it?
Yes.
Let's put 78 in this for shits and giggles. Where it is, you can probably get at least 5 for it. This said, depending on trim condition, originality, average drivers in good usable condition generally sell for 15 to 25. Condition and restorations. Heavily rusted project trucks, non-running models can dip down to 5 to 9,000. Fully restored examples or well-maintained originals easily command 20 to 35,000. So I don't know. Lana said the thing was rusted.
Lana will say whatever she'll say, oh, it doesn't have gas. That's why my dad will call her a dumb bitch and say, no, it's this, and this problem.
The gas system, because he said he had it as a secondary gas tank, whatever.
Yeah, and he says the starter's probably out and alternators drained the battery and all that. He said a new battery, a new alternator, and a new starter, and the thing will run again. Lana says it just needs gas. So I don't know. I think my dad would know more. He rebuilt that thing in like '98 from bottom up. Brand new engine, brand new everything.
I don't know. I'll talk to him about it. Get someone to look at it and tell you how much the damn thing's worth.
It's got to be like a Jeep connoisseur that's going to want that. Or someone who wants a project truck, you know.
It's officially known as a J10 or J20 for that model year.
There are a lot of people. My dad bought it as a project truck and totally rebuilt it, repainted it and everything, and it was like the highlight of the speedrome back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I mean, that your truck, the only thing that would cause it from getting gas is either bad gas line, bad fuel pump.
It's got 2 gas tanks on it.
Yeah.
But when he does start it up, that fucker sounds like a damn Harley. Like,
I just need a new fuel line.
That could be it, but he says definitely an alternator, a starter, and
if he's got another tank on there and the fuel pump is pulling gas from it, unless he has a different fuel pump on it, I don't know. I'd have to look at it to. But
oh, guess what I did on my way home? I went to the gas station and I realized that the green handle shit is cheaper. So I ended up, instead of getting the regular gas, I got diesel or whatever it is and put that in my car.
yeah, you're just trying to see what kind of reaction you get.
I was. How did you fall for that? How did you not fall for that? I put the organic gas
But
in.
there's like BPs that actually have green handle pumps for gasoline.
I put the organic shit in there. Damn, you didn't fall for it.
Yeah.
I'll get you again on something.
Did the thing pop back out?
No, yes it did. After you went and punched it, it's already back out.
It's probably a broken clip in there, which is easily replaceable. Well, could be easily replaceable.
I hope it's easily replaceable. If not, it doesn't really matter. You can't really tell.
A nice piece of duct tape, blend right into that gray.
I'm not putting duct tape on my car.
You don't have to put duct tape on your car. I'll do it for you.
No. Now might as well drive Larry's car around.
Put duct tape on Larry's car, that'd raise the value.
Probably, but not on mine.
What do you do? Park that in the back of your parents' yard. Take the Jeep here. When you go to court, be like, we can settle for this. I'll give you the vehicle in my parents' backyard. When he agrees to it, he just agreed to take Larry's car.
Take Larry's piece of shit.
I'll give Larry like $500 for that thing.
I think Larry's pretty comfortable driving your Jeep or driving your truck at this time.
Well, I'm going to get his car fixed, or he's going to have to borrow your car for a few days because I got an engine check light in my Jeep. And I want to take it to the Chrysler and have him look at it.
He can take my car because I needed to get... Dave, get the fuck out of here. Why am I... Fuck. No, I know, I got him. I didn't... Where are my mods? Do I not have any mods? I got him. I think it would be easier to just give Brian, my old landlord Brian, my fucking dad's Jeep. He has the money to, and he wants it so bad. So when I go to court, I'm gonna say, Lon only wants $2,000 out of it. It's worth a lot more, but I'm pretty much getting sued for that much. So I give them cash, and it doesn't go on my record. We're all mods, we just can't mute or block. No, because I kind of want to take it to court because I want this judge to hear my side of the story. I'm not late on rent. The utilities that were in his name, up to date. He gave me 10 days in the middle of fucking January. It was February. I had to get out in February. We had the biggest snowstorm in Indianapolis, or Indiana, that we've seen in a long time. And he's worried about removing a pool and shit from the fucking shed when that whole house was left fucking spotless. And I have pictures of how it was left spotless, clean, everything. Like, this isn't fair. This is not fucking fair. If he would have gave me 30 days, I maybe would have been able to handle the pool. I had 10 fucking days to get the fuck out. So 10 days came around, he filed for eviction on me, right? Because he said he was going to do that. Well, I already had, you know, I was going to move in somewhere else, but then Brian was like, hey, move in with me, da-da-da-da. I said, give me 4 more days, and I'll be the fuck out of here. So he went back to the court, he stopped the eviction. That's not reasonable. No, if you're considered a public nuisance, then you can do 10 days. Well, I called Grimes, who is chief of police in Brownsburg. He was like, yeah, I talked to Brian. I said, yes, you do have a lot of police calls, and we're trying to figure it out. But I never, and I have this, and he will go to court with me too. He never said I was a public nuisance because he knows it was other people calling on me, haters at that, and not me. If it was me calling on myself, or you know what I mean, he knows what my parents were going through, I was going through. So I am gonna, well, he's gonna show up in court too. I think a judge is gonna look at this and be like, that's not reasonable. In the middle of, we had what? How many inches of snow on the ground? That whole house was completely, and I have pictures of it. Larry made it spotless. Only thing left in the garage was shit that when I moved in was already there. And yeah, there was a broken pool in the backyard, and in the shed I left 2 working lawnmowers and some pool supplies. And he's trying to sue me for that? Okay, and what? The hole in the door in the garage? Please. I could go to Habitat for Humanity and buy a $20 door. He even said that at one point. He was like, we'll get that taken care of. He wasn't worried about that at all. He was not worried. If he was so worried about it, he would have helped me fix it or demanded me to fix it. But how about this? I'm going to counteract. What about my window in my bedroom that has been broke for 4 or 5 years? Also my garage door, which he didn't care to bother to fix. I froze in that room in the wintertime. That's why I slept on my couch all day. It was hot as fuck in the summer, and it was cold as shit in the wintertime. And I have the text messages from years ago, I've saved all of them, where I told him about that. He didn't care to fix it. It's bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. If I would have had 30 days, okay, I maybe would have been able to handle the... At that point, time was of the essence. Ask me what, Cookie Monster? I would have been able to be out in 10 days, but the moving company, and I have their fucking email that says they're not sending trucks out right now because it is so bad and it's not safe for our drivers and all that. So I had to wait another 5 days before I could get 3 men or 2 dudes and their son, whatever the fuck I used. And I have that email too. That's the only, and then he went and filed eviction on me. I showed him the email from that. I showed him where I am moving. I just gotta wait on these movers to get here. I know, right? That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I have an attorney that doesn't specialize in this, but they were the one that wrote him a letter too, and I sent it to him, so he he took back the eviction, but now he's trying to sue me for damages. And because Brad's attorney did him real well, right? Brad and I's attorney are the same attorney, by the way. And Freak. He has my deposit. But I'm also going to say, Your Honor, please, hear my side of the story. He gave me 10 days in the biggest snowstorm Indiana's had in years. Okay? He filed eviction, took it back. I needed 4 more days. Here's from the moving company that said, we will not send our trucks out until this date. They came out that date and I got the fuck out. He did revamp the eviction. Thank you. But what am I going to do? Dig under 13 inches of snow to get a fucking pull out that's broke? Fuck that. You can't do that. That's too much in the timeline that he gave me. I have the chief of police of Brownsburg saying that he never labeled me as a public nuisance, and from what the attorney said, unless I'm labeled as a public nuisance and need to get the fuck out, he couldn't do that. And he got that with the attorney's letter too, but now he's trying to come back and fucking sue me? Ken Dog, keep it up. It's not right, no matter which way you look at it. I don't care who you are. That's fucked up. Yeah, my old landlord. But according to Lana, he was mowing the grass a couple of weeks because Brian and Larry showed up with the riding lawnmower and all that, and the grass was already mowed, and they were like, what's up with this, right? And she said, well, her old landlord mowed my grass because he wanted my dad's truck in the back, which he has asked me for my dad's truck over and over again, asked like how much my dad wants for it and all this shit. He never wanted to take the price for it, but he mowed it, and then once he was done, he was like, hey, Will you trade me the truck and I'll mow your grass and all that shit? How about Lana be a stand-up mom and say, hey, why don't you not sue my daughter, mow my grass, which she's gonna need anyways, and give him the goddamn truck? Thank you for the teddy bear, by the way. Thank you, Sierra. Also, I'm going to bring up the fact that a hater contacted him, and I want to subpoena the letters and all that, and where they came from, and the call logs, so that we can find out who actually did this. And the only way, the attorney said, is if you get a judge to subpoena that. I am going to ask the judge to please subpoena those phone calls and letter that was sent, find out who it was from, and then I'm going to sue the fuck out of them. Because I can't personally, I can't do it myself. From what the attorney said is I have to have a judge subpoena those. Once those calls come in, then I'm going after that motherfucker for damages, pain, suffering, all of the things. So I gotta make an example out of this hater for the ones that fuck with me. And Brian's willing to take it on. Fuck you, Kin Dog. I would be absolutely, I know you're a troll from hell, but I would be absolutely floored if I found out it was you. I got a good feeling who it was. It's one of two people. It's either Sarah Osbrook or Girl with a Curl. And at that point, then I'm gonna fucking sue them. And they're gonna have to pay for the damages and everything, and everything that went involved. Also, the moving company, everything involved. Also, my storage fees. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. I basically got to go to court and ask for a subpoena on who sent him the letters, who made the phone calls. Rent was paid up to date. All the bill, he had my electric bill in his name and the gas bill in his name. They were up to date, and I have the receipts of that. I was never late. He gave me 10 days, and in the state of Indiana, you have to be labeled a public nuisance for them to do that, right? I wasn't labeled and I talked to the chief of police at Brownsburg. I was never labeled that because he understands it was haters calling in. He was getting fed up with it. He was trying to do something about it. So now I got to do my due diligence, go to fucking court, tell the judge the entire story, and ask for a subpoena on that letter, which Brian has, and I told him I'm going to do that, and he said he's going to keep the letter and the postage and all that, but also for the phone call. And so then, if it goes in my favor, which it probably will because this is fucking bullshit, he's gonna subpoena who the fuck that was that made these phone calls and everything, because the chief of police is saying he never labeled me, a menace to society or a menace to the county or anything like that. No, he backed up the eviction. It doesn't matter. The fact that he even went for eviction at one time, that's all I needed, and he did. So yeah, it's going to get down to brass tacks. I'm going to get down to the hater who actually fucking made this happen, and then I'm going to sue them for pain, damages, my moving, which the fucking bill for the moving company was $1,700, and my storage unit and everything else involved. And finally stop these motherfuckers. That's the only way I can go. And Brian already said he'll even pay for a lawyer to go there to court with me. So I'm finally gonna get somewhere because someone really fucked up along these lines, and it's bullshit. And the chief of police of Brownsburg said, I never did, because I talked to him personally. I've talked to him so many times over the years, and he was like, yeah, we're getting Hendricks County to back us up. He's also going to say that in court, that he was getting the okay through Hendricks County to start subpoenaing the calls. The thing is, people can call on different numbers and everything. They don't have the technology to say, hey, this is a Google number, we can't find out it. But if a judge does, and I already have Grims coming to fucking court with me, he's gonna be there that day, I'm gonna say, I want it all subpoenaed. And Brian's paying for a lawyer. It's gonna happen. Bet your ass. I'm gonna get down to brass tacks who the fuck did this, and then I'm gonna sue the motherfuck out of them. Oh, I have the best shot ever of finding out who it is now. There's a plan. I'm not going through it again. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Move on. You'll get it in the end. I think they'll probably continue the case after this, from what I've been told from another lawyer, but I'm getting a lawyer that actually specializes in this, and yeah, I want to know who sent those fucking letters, who made the phone call. Brian has the letter with the postage and all that, and he said he's going to keep it, and he just kept it. He said he did. And then also, we get down to brass tacks from the phone call that he got. Find out the real IP address, find out who the fuck actually did this, and then I'm going to fucking sue times 3. Because I guess that's what you do. You sue times 3. But I'm adding in my moving bill, pain and suffering, damages. I'm going to counseling, and I got all that, and they're going to have to pay for that. Trust me. I got it all in line right now. It's not even this is going to be bigger than small claims. The fact that I got kicked out of my house, got a 10-day warning, I'm not even a public nuisance, and that's what that officer's going to say, so technically Brian's in the fucking wrong. That's why he had to take back the eviction that he did. I want to subpoena who the fuck wrote the letter and who the fuck made the phone call. And then I'm going to sue them, and then once I get that money, if I owe Brian anything, they'll owe us both, because then Brian's going to sue them as well. And all the court fees, the lawyer fees, pain and suffering. I've been in fucking counseling, even attempted rehab. They can pay for that shit too. It's gonna be big. I didn't get 30 days. I got 10 days. Then, my lawyer at the time, or really, it wasn't a hired lawyer, but still, someone who knew it was fucked up, sent Brian a letter. He had to revamp that eviction because he had no right to do that, because they called, said lawyer called fucking the chief of police of Brownsburg and said, no, I never deemed her a public menace or anything like that, because the calls are coming from everyone but her. And they're sending them there. It's wasting government. So all those calls too, that they're gonna calculate that. This person's gonna be so motherfucked in the end. Yeah, I moved in with Brian at the end of the day. But we're gonna sue for those calls, all the wasted resources and all that. And Officer Grimes is for it because it was bullshit in the first place. Brian ain't suing for... Brian's suing... Oh, God. It's not... You fucking... You guys aren't getting it. I have my Brian. My old landlord was Brian. It's two different Brians we're talking about here. I didn't, Ken Dog. I caught myself. I didn't say it. I almost did.
You almost said ridiculous.
Right. I almost said ridiculous. And I can, Granny Apples. This is my biggest... Wait, I'm going to make an example coming soon. Just wait. Why do you think Brian, my landlord Brian, revamped that eviction? Because he had no legal right to do that, because Brownsburg never said I was a public nuisance. They were asking for Hendricks County, and a court date was coming up to where they could subpoena these calls and start getting down to brass tacks. Well, that ruined their investigation, so now Brownsburg is also going to come in on the lawsuit too, and for all those calls, get down to brass tacks who was making them. Here's my nails. So probably what's going to happen in court is it's going to be continued. And then they're going to gather all their information and find out who the fuck did what. And then not only me, but my landlord Brian and Brownsburg police is going to come after them. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing. If my behavior online was enough to warrant police calls, I would have been arrested. I never got arrested once. It was bullshit calls in their eyes. Now, had I been arrested at any point, yeah, I'd probably be fucked, but it never fucking happened.